Hey, how we doing everybody? Matt here with OddsJam, here to give you some awesome college football bets to hammer for Saturday, November 26th. So we have a pretty good day college football going on Saturday. We got obviously the biggest game, Ohio State versus Michigan, but then we also have, how about Bama versus Auburn? How about LSU versus Texas A&M? Oregon versus Iowa State? Some pretty good games we got going on, which means that we have really good betting opportunities. Granted, the excitement of the game doesn't necessarily equal more good betting opportunities, but the fact that there are games on means we can bet on sports. So I'm going to give you my best college football bets to lock in for Saturday, November 26th. First off, right off the bat, the one that I like is this Texas A&M versus LSU game. The play is Texas A&M first half spread plus 6.5. We're locking this in at minus 103 at Circa Sports. So the no vig line that OddsJam calculates has this to be at about minus 107. We can get this on Circa at minus 103, as you can see here. These no vig odds, very important to understand. They're pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world in terms of pricing odds. So when you look at these no vig odds you see here, you can view them as the true line of what a market should truly be priced at, right? Pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. As I mentioned, OddsJam back-tested all these betting opportunities to determine what the sharpest sportsbooks are and use them to just set the line of markets moving forward, right? Pretty smart and intellectually, right? Logically thinking about that for sports betting. Okay, historically, these 3, 4, 5, whatever, sportsbooks do the best job at pricing odds, right? Historically, back-tested millions of data points have confirmed this intuition. So we're going to use these sharp sportsbooks to set the market moving forward. Say, hey, you guys do the best job at pricing odds. Honestly, you'd be surprised. Sportsbooks in general are pretty good. So we're going to find the ones that are the best of the best and say, hey, you guys do the best job at pricing odds. So we're going to let you do all the work, and we're just going to take advantage where a certain sportsbook might have a mispriced line, which is exactly what's happening here on Circa. So this minus 103 for Texas A&M first half spread plus 6.5 is really good. So the math behind it, right? No vig odds equates to a profit margin of about 2%. So this can be your expected profit percentage depending on how much you wager on this one. For me, I recommend putting about half a unit, which is $50. So for me, this would be about $1 of expected profit. But you can get all that information just off of the 10 seconds it takes to locate the no vig odds and the percent. The additional work, the additional research that I recommend doing to make sure that you are placing the best of the best, just click into a market, which is exactly what I did here, and scan where other sportsbooks price it. We're basically trying to determine, all right, is this minus 103, is this bet that we are placing the outlier across all of the other sportsbooks? In this case, the answer is yes. Pinnacle has it at minus 123. Bet Rivers has it at minus 120. Even the other sports books that kind of have it in between, DraftKings at minus 115, FanDuel at minus 114. They all are favoring it as the likely scenario, pretty decently depending on what book, while Circa has it at minus 103. And then what I like to do, if you view this event page in a new tab, it pulls up where every sportsbook prices this spread at in general. So as we can see, Circa is giving it to us at plus 6.5 at minus 103. Majority of books actually have this at plus 6. And that half point is obviously a huge deal. If this total lands at exactly Texas A&M down by 6 at halftime, this bet pushes, so just a refund. Our bet wins at plus 6.5. But BetOnline, which is this one right here, BetOnline prices this at plus 6. That's important. BetOnline is a very sharp sports book. And then we see WinBet, Bet365, Caesars, PointsBet, Betfred, BetMGM, all price this at plus 6. We're getting it at plus 6.5. Pretty awesome price here. So this is going to be my first college football betting pick for today, Texas A&M plus 6.5. I recommend putting half a unit on this one. The next play that I really like is in the Tulsa versus Houston game, and I like Houston minus 12.5 in this one. The play is at plus 100 at Bet365. Another really good play. No vig odds price this at about minus 104, minus 105 if you want to round up. Pinnacle minus 120. Again, look across the board. Minus 112 at FanDuel, minus 115 each way on DraftKings, basically having it as a 50-50 proposition. Tipico minus 113 favoring it. Bet Rivers is the only book that that doesn't have the Houston at 12.5 side of this as the favorite outcome, right? Minus 107, minus 114. They're the outlier, as is Bet 365, the bet that we are placing. So you view this one in a new tab. So remember, we got Houston plus 12.5, minus 12.5, excuse me, at plus 100 odds. What we could have done is gotten them at minus 12 at a little bit. We would have had to sacrifice 10 cents of juice to do that. So to me, I think it makes more sense to get the minus 12.5 and get it at plus 100. And as we can see, other books still price this at 13. So we are getting a good price there. If you wanted to go the safe route, you could take Houston minus 12. I like getting, again, the extra half point at even money. So 50-50 in terms of, like if you win 50% of your bets at plus 100, you'll break even. I think the value there makes more sense. Also, the 10-cent difference between 12.5 and 12, Pinnacle gives that a 5% gap. So really should be priced at only 5-cent difference, but they're giving us a huge gap at the 10, right, between minus 110 and plus 100. So just another reason why I think this one's really good. Houston minus 12.5 plus 100 at Bet 365. And then the last one that I wanted to lock in here, just want to make sure that I am working with the most up-to-date odds, was this. Here we go. So it is still available. This over in Tennessee versus Vanderbilt. Another play, minus 113 at Circa. No big odds have this at minus 117. And again, look across the board. Minus 125, minus 133, minus 141. Tipico's the only book that's kind of close at minus 122. DraftKings minus 135, minus 138. And again, let's open this one up in a new tab. So we're taking the over 62. And as you will see, every other book prices this total above this amount. So we see some have it at 63, but then we see Bet Online, this column right here, have it all the way up at 63.5, a full 1.5 higher than what we got it at. So this is going to be my third and final college football betting pick. Really good play here, Tennessee versus Vanderbilt over 62, and that's it. So if you're tailing these bets, comment on the video and let me know. Other than that, please remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's it. So appreciate everybody watching, and have a good one.